and welcome everyone to pre-race interviews of round 4 of PAFR Division 2 in Season 4, round 4, also in Spain. We come after the Portimao Grand Prix, the Portuguese Grand Prix last weekend. Today we are coming for Spain, same calendar till now as the real life one. And I'm gonna get started early this time with the pre-race interviews, and we got Arin, our Red Bull driver, now tied in the lead of the championship with his teammate Luke. So hello Arin, welcome to the pre-race interviews.
Hello David, thanks for having me.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with my first question. Of course we come into Spain, which is a totally different track as the last two we've had. You know, Portimao and Imola, our tracks were overtaking was quite easy. It's a really powerful DRS straight. It's not really easy to defend. And Spain is kind of the opposite. I know it's not an impossible track to overtake, but it's not easy at all. So, how are you looking forward into this race?
Look, I do enjoy racing at Spain, so I hope for a good race, but weather and safety cars will throw a good mix in. I do hope the lads are patient, because there's a lot of strats you can do here, so hopefully that can keep the grid nice and compact and competitive. You can either quali on softs, which I think most people will do. The alternate strat is pretty OP as well, so might see a few lads doing that, which will make it more interesting for the front runners.
So what do you think is the best strategy here? I can tell you some strategies I know about Spain. I think maybe one of the most used in this track would be the medium hard, starting outside of the top 10 of course. Then the soft, the medium hard. The soft hard works also, but of course the tires will be more degraded to the end of the race. But there's also this really risky strategy of trying one stop on the soft medium, which I well know it's possible, but a really risky one. And of course there's also the two-stop strategy with soft, medium, soft. So which of these do you think will be the winner strategy today, or the one people will be using the most?
I think if it's a dry race, you'll probably see half the grid starting on softs. Just a lot of people want to start at the front, so they'll be opting for a soft in quali. I do think the soft, medium, soft is quite powerful. So definitely a soft, medium, soft, and soft, medium, medium I think is the way to go. But there are some brave lads out there that want to do that one stop with a soft, medium. So I can't really call, but I think there'll be a few strats that will be good to watch.
Now my next question is gonna be about your teammate Luke, which till now he's been the dominant man of the moment in these three first rounds. So how are you looking forward with him into this race? I know you want to win of course, but then you have this really fast guy beside you, teaming with you in Red Bull. So what will be the team strategy, and as well, what are you planning to try and defeat him as well, to your teammate today?
No, it's all about what's best for the team. He's the faster one, so I expect he's going to be top 3 for qualifying, and it will be his call who pits first. So yeah, it's just more about the team really. We're both out there to win, but trying to get maximum points is the main goal between us two. And we try and help each other as much as we can to cross the line as high up as possible. So yeah, all about team.
So maybe will you try to go for different strategies, or are you thinking of going on the same one? Or you'll decide mid-race, during the race itself?
I think it's going to come down to the race itself. There'll be a few you might start on one, and I think you'll have to change because, like I said, weather and safety car will play a part. I think today. So yeah, I don't think there's one set strat that everyone is focus on and going to do. If it does, then it's worked out well for them. But yeah, definitely it's going to be you're going to have to keep yourself on your toes and aware what's going on.
My next question is going to be about your rivals. So, who do you think will be the guys challenging you for the win today? I could well think about Vintage Grease, for example, who's well been at front in the last races. Maybe didn't have the best luck in the last one. I think he didn't get a really good start out of the line. And we can also go with Ben, who was challenging in Imola as well. Then, the safety car happened and you did a really great move in the final laps to defeat him. So, who do you think will be the most challenging guys today?
I honestly think all of them. Each track has got someone that's strong at it, which is great, because you always see someone challenging for the podiums. Yeah, Grizz has had a few unfortunate moments, so definitely see him, Luke, and probably Ryan in the Alpine in the top 3 in quali. I think Rishi, Shane, and probably Dust will be good competitors, as they'll probably use the alternate strat I'm probably looking for.
Then I'm gonna go a bit with the weather. So, would you prefer a dry race or a wet race? Which do you think you could do the best race?
Ooh, I don't know. I was very confident in the wet last year's game. This year, not so much. Bit of a big difference. So I think wet will be a lot of fun. It will certainly throw everyone off. But I hope for a dry race because you've already got that many strats out there. They're going to play dividends to who wins and what. So yeah, I'm hoping for a dry race.
Okay, well now I'm gonna go. Of course I may come back with you later in these interviews, but we have also your teammate Luke in the party chat. So hello Luke and welcome to the pre-race interviews. Can you hear me, Luke?
I think he's having technical difficulties.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with you. I'm gonna talk a bit about qualifying. Maybe gonna go a bit more specific, but what is the goal for the session, for the qualifying session? Where are you aiming to qualify? Which you think is the realistic qualifying position for you, and which would be the dream qualifying position for you, I would say. Do you think pole position is possible? Maybe top 5?
No, I don't think pole. I'm more consistent than a pace setter. So, look, it's not going to be the end of the world if I'm outside the top 10, because, like we both said, there's plenty of strats out there. So probably, I think 6 would be great. Probably 8, probably between 6th and 10th is where I'll probably end up. So, yeah, I'm not too phased where I start. Just hoping that I can make a big difference wherever I do start, though.
Then how are you expecting for the race start? You know that turn 1 might be quite a bit aggressive. You know, it's not like other tracks, but still drivers will be looking to win all of the possible in that lap 1. So how are you looking forward into the start of the race itself?
The lads have been really good, the opening races. So I do hope we can continue that form. But even with the lads that we've got and the good form, one small mistake can be costly. So I am hoping, and I do believe that it can be a good start. But again, anything can happen to turn one at Spain.
And well, now that we talked about qualifying, I'm gonna talk about the race results. So, what do you think is the realistic goal for today's race? What place are you aiming to finish this one?
Look, if I start 10th, I'll aim for 5th. If I start 6th, I'll aim for podium. So sort of half my quali placement. Always trying to win, always trying to get podium. But realistically, yeah, I'll try and half wherever I set in quali. So I guess it depends where I start, and I'll go from there.
So I really think that I don't have much more questions at this point to ask, but I'm still gonna try find some more questions to do. So maybe who do you think might give a surprise today in this race? Maybe hasn't been there in the first 3 races, but who might you expect that would do a good job today? Like you know what I mean? That he hasn't appeared really much in the first 3 races, but today might give a surprise and be there at front, maybe from previous experience from past seasons, you know, someone that is really good at this track.
I think Ooge, he's it's his home, well, it's his home country, so he wants to do a good result. Shane's certainly been putting in some practice, so probably Ooge, Shane, and I think Zolt. I've got my gut feeling for those 3 are going to pull something out of the bag today and yeah, do well. Here he is.
Oh, look, are you here? Oh, great. So, well, welcome to the pre-race interviews. We still got some more minutes to go, so I'm gonna start with, well, I first of all have to congratulate you for this great start of the season. I mean, without counting Imola, you've been dominating the championship completely to this point, and I'm expecting to see the same today by what we've seen. So, congratulations for that. So, I'm gonna start asking kind of the same questions I asked Karin. So, how are you looking into this race? I mean, what's the aim in qualifying? And possibly you're gonna say pole position. And also, I'm gonna ask about the strategies. Which do you think is the correct strategy for today's race? Which we've had talking with Aaron. There's plenty of strategies you could try for in Spain. Then who do you think today will be the man challenge you? I mean, for example, in Portimao, you had this really extreme race against Rishi in the final lap. You know, it was really exciting to watch all those final laps after the safety car with that final move into turn 1 in lap 33. We also had in Bahrain, I think, racing against some guys with different strategies as well. So who do you think will be the man challenging you for the win today? Then I'm gonna ask, would you prefer a wet race or a dry race? By the way, the thing that has surprised me the most is that you are one of the people that is wanting to go with that really aggressive strategy of the soft medium. So, which lap would you think about pitting, and are you not worried about a possible puncture with the soft stint at the start of the race? So yeah, how are you then looking into turn 1, you know, the start of the race? Turn 1 might be quite aggressive in lap 1, so of course you've already told me you want to be at front, but in case you need to start on the back or a bit behind, how are you looking forward into the start of the race? You gonna go aggressive or just to try and keep it clean and not get any problems, any damage to the car, of course? Maybe kinda like the Verstappen Hamilton in the real life. If you got to start maybe behind a Mercedes as well, maybe vintage Grease, who's been showing really good pace. Will you try like moving to turn 1 if you get the starting on P2? Okay, so now I'm gonna ask a question for the two of you, as we only got 2 more minutes, and it's gonna be a bit of a random question or something that maybe I'm the one that usually used to do this, but I'm gonna ask you, what's your top 3 for today prediction? How do you think this race is gonna end?
Look, I'd love it to be a Red Bull 1-2, and then I think it's really going to come down to whoever else has got the least amount of penalties and the best strat. So, you know, Rishi, Ryan, Gilly, and probably Shane and Ooge. But yeah, hopefully a Red Bull 1-2 will be good.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask my final question. What do you think about track limits in Spain? Do you think it's hard to keep it on track, or do you think it's quite normal or maybe easy?
Oh, I think you got to stay focused. Once you get one warning, it's just a snowball effect. Especially in Sector 2, the left, right, right, uphill. If you get a bit of a tank slap, you don't really fully recover from there. So, no. So, and yeah, I don't know. I think if you want to be conservative, it will play out well for you. But I don't think anyone's going to be that. They're going to try and be as quick as possible.
Okay, that will be all my questions for today. So thanks you, Arin, thanks Luke, for being here for the pre-race interviews, as we have now to get started with the race. So finally, I want to wish you good luck in the race, and well, let the best win.
Thanks, David. Yeah, just mute him for now. We'll talk to him afterwards, or whomever. Yeah.
I can still hear you. Should I mute you now?
Yeah, we'll just mute each other.
Oh, yep, sure. Good luck. So now welcome everyone once again to the start of the race. This time did some new pre-race interviews, so it's gonna be a quite different intro. So welcome everyone to round 4 of PAFR Season 4 Division 2 for the Spanish Grand Prix here at the circuit of Barcelona. So quite an I would say maybe not the, yeah, of course not the fastest circuit at all. I don't think it's a too bad circuit as some people might think. I know some people don't like the circuit, but I think when cars have a similar pace and we have alternative strategies in play, it can end up being a really interesting race. I mean, I really enjoyed last season in 2021 race. It was fun because there was a battle on track. I know previous season races there, previous races on past seasons there were quite boring. So, but no, it's actually not much about the track. It depends on there are equal pace between the cars. There is fight, close battles, alternative strategies, of course, and all of that can give you a really interesting race, no matter the track. So I'm expecting for that today in PAFR, as we know well, in this case, I won't say the division is really close. You know, Luke's been dominating since the start of the season, but also it's not been like a massive dominance. He's being challenged by his own teammate, by Vintage Grease, for example. We also have Ben, who was really fast in Imola. So, looking forward now for today's race, drivers already starting to come out of the pit lane. We have the Aston Martin driver of Rishi, I think. No, it's Chromad, coming out of the pit lane. We have Echo, of course, who's also coming out of the pit lane. I also have to say Echo maybe has not had the best start of the season. But of course this may change. This can change today. I know he's a really good driver. So I'm also looking forward into his race. Aring now tied with his teammate now in the lead of the championship with 33 points. Is coming out as well. B in the Ferrari team, Ferrari car, also coming out of the pit lane. We have Happy Gilmore out as well. We have the man of the moment, Luke, on the medium set of tires. I actually have to say quite a lot of people on the medium tires. We have more than 25% of the grid in the different tire, but I don't think they'll be able to qualify in the top 10 with those tires. Luke, of course, I think he can do it. But still it's gonna be quite difficult, so we'll have to keep an eye on those medium runners. We are gonna go on board now with Chromat, who is just started his flying lap. He's gonna try to go all the way by the outside. No, he's now switching into the inside. Quite of a bit of a strange line. He's gone down to 4th gear for the end of sector 2 in that corner. Now he's gonna go down into 2nd gear for the next one. This part of the track, I can tell, it's kind of slidey, so he'll need to make the correct precision into that corner to go fast, but at the same time don't spin. Then it goes going up into 7th gear, quite aggressive into the exit of this other tricky corner. Now coming into the end of sector 2, and it's gonna be a 51 point. Oh, I missed that, sorry. Coming into the slowest part of the track, which is sector 3. He's gonna keep it in 4th gear, now down into 2nd gear, not taking any of the curve, which I will say it's a bit annoying to take those curves in the final sector of Spain. Coming into the line, and it's gonna be a 17.9, it's almost an 18 for Chromat. So I think it's definitely not the best time we're gonna see today. Echo's now the one at 21.4, which is a really slow time. I know it's on the medium tires, but then there goes Luke. Look at that. Fastest lap with a 17.0 on the medium tires. His teammate Arin only able to do a 17.3, almost a 17.4 on the soft set of tires. So well, is the race over already? I'm gonna say no, but I think that's kind of scary, only from the start of this session. Anyway, we're gonna go with Vintage Grease now, who is maybe one of the challengers today. Is going on the soft tires, getting a purple sector 1, 21.8. We're gonna go up into 7th gear, kinda interesting. I think he could have kept it in 6th gear into that corner. I was gonna go down into 4th gear for this slidey corner. He's gonna go early into 7th gear and gonna take all the way the inside. Now gonna go by the outside curb. He's gonna brake much earlier than the 50-meter board, of course, and coming now into this slow part of the track, up into 5th gear. Now switching gears really fast, up into 6th gear into that corner. So well, we've seen his driving style trying to go a lot of gears up. Coming into the final corner, and it's gonna be and he aborts his lap. He doesn't want to do a really fast lap, and still is 17.8, still faster than Chromad on the same compound of tire. But well, he's definitely possibly been informed about Luke on the medium tires. Now wanted to go for it as well. We go with Rhinos up into P2, currently defeating Arin. So are we gonna see Mercedes Red Bull battle once again? We have a top 4. So this is starting to get a bit like real life. Well, not anymore. Happy Gilmore now sets a 17.5 with the medium tires. Still 5 tenths behind Luke, so it's half a second slower than Luke in the same compound of tire, which is not positive for him at all. Luke is now changing for the softs, so well, he could have well tried and stick with the medium tires, but well, as he was saying in the pre-race interviews, he wants to be at front, wants to make sure to be at front into the start of the race, not get involved in any kind of trouble. So he's switching now into the soft tires. Gonna try and set a really fast lap. We have Vintage Grease, who is now gonna come into the pit lane. Not gonna try and do any lap on these soft tires. Possibly he's gonna want to go for the mediums to copy what his rival Luke has done till this point. Now we're gonna go with Ben, who is finishing his lap, and well, of course this man was challenging for the win in Imola, then lost it due to a very late safety car, then made a mistake, got passed by Arvin, of course, and also picked a 3-second time penalty in the final laps of the race. So now he's gone up into 6th place, not looking challenging at the moment in this track. Almost a second behind Luke, even with this soft tire. So well, Luke is completely smashing everyone today. Now Luke is coming out of the pit lane with the soft set of tires, which he's gonna smash the competition even more. Maybe make it a who knows, even a 15. I'm not quite sure about that, but it's gonna be a 16 low, of course. Minimally, it's gonna be a 16 low. Onboard now with Goodwill on the Alfa Romeo car. Hasn't set a lap yet. Actually, we have half the grid with no lap till this point. We have less than 10 minutes to go. Ironite goes up into P5. With the soft tires, it's a 117.6. Have Indy Gamer as well in a flying lap right now, one of the drivers who hasn't yet set a lap. Coming into the end of sector 2, he's gonna brake by the 100-meter board, down into second gear. Maybe could have brake a bit later there. Now I think he's lost a bit of time there. This doesn't get the better exit out of this corner, I think. Only gonna go up into fifth gear, not like Vintage who was going really high on the gears. He's not gonna take any of the curve as well of the final corners, final chicane. Coming into the line, and it's gonna be a 19.8. Okay, a really slow lap there by Indy Gamer. We have Aring now unexplainably trying to do a lap on the medium tires. He's already set a lap on the soft, so I can only guess he's just doing a test lap on the medium tires. So I think there's really no way he's improving that time on those that compound of tires. So we're gonna still go on board with him to match what he did previously with the soft with these new medium tires. Now coming into the end of sector 2, and it's gonna be a 51.4. He's almost half a second slower than his previous time on the soft tires. Luke now improves his time, is a 16.5, so I got it a bit quite wrong there. I said it was gonna be 16 low, it's actually in the mid of the 16, it's a 16.5. Arin does almost a second slower, but I think he did quite some mistakes in that final sector. But there you can see he's not gonna be making a time on the medium tires in this session. And we're gonna go with Rishi now, of course, this man that had the heartbreaking moment, a bit of a heartbreaking moment last week in the Portimao, spinning at the final lap, losing a podium that was there, and well, also lost the win against PAFR Luke in the final lap. Now, of course, gonna look for redemption today in Spain, may quite be there for a win. Following Rishi into his flying lap, he's gonna go all the way up into 7th gear into this really slidey corner, as I've said plenty of times in this commentating of this qualifying. I really don't know much of the names of the corners in this track, or I really don't know if they have a well-known name or not. You know, Spain is not one of the classic tracks, such as Imola was, for example, where you had a lot of well-known corners there, well-known parts of the track there. We have the Ribasa, the Acqua Minerali, the Variante Alta, and Tamburello. Well, I shouldn't be talking about Imola, but coming into the line, and Rishi goes into 2nd place. It's a 116.9, still 4/10 behind the PAFR Luke, but I have to say it's a really strong time. It's only 2 thousandths faster than Rhino actually, so well, great job there by Rishi, putting himself up into 2nd place. But still, everyone seems really far behind from challenging Luke for pole position today. I think Vintage Grease might give us the surprise. He still hasn't done any serious lap. His best time now is a 17.8, which he completely slowed down into the line when he did that time. So I'm really not sure what's gonna be Vintage Grease strategy. He's maybe trying to make it into P11 to start on the fresh medium tires the race, as we've been talking about the alternative strategies, or if he's just waiting for the last 3 or 2 minutes of the qualifying to go out there and do a really fast time. and challenge Luke for pole position. We're gonna find out in just a couple of seconds. Have 4 more minutes to go. Rich is out of the race of this session. I find this quite unexplainable as well, because he could have well done one more shot. He still had plenty of time to do so. Gonna review a bit of how the grid is going now. We have Luke in first place, of course, with the soft tires. Then till 5th place, we have everyone on the softs. Actually, I can see Paulo for us doing a really good job here. I think he might be, yeah, he's a bit of a surprise here. I think in the previous races he wasn't. He was at the midfield, definitely not fighting for the top places. But today, putting himself up into P5, a really good job there by the Haas driver. Interesting that we have Happy Kilmore on the medium tires in 6th place, and he's 1 second behind of Luke, so maybe in the softs he could be well challenging him for pole position, or at least being fighting there really close. Then we have Eat My Dust as well on the medium tires in the top 10, and Kelly as well. Just taking a tiny break before the final run of all these drivers. We have 2 more minutes to go. We have Goodwill already in a flying lap. This is possibly going to be his final shot. I'm going to go on board with him into sector 1. I think he's got a bit too wider, not got the better traction out of the corner. He's up 1/10 in sector 1, so I'm going to go and follow Eckert, who is trying to do a lap now on the soft tires. His previous time is in 19.3, not a good time at all on the mediums. This is gonna be his final run on the soft set of tires. He is also gonna go up into 6th gear into this corner. Now down into 3rd gear only, not going down into 2nd like many others did. Now got a really good exit of the final corner. What time is Eckert gonna do? Is gonna go up into 4th place. Really good lap there by Eckert. I said I was gonna be looking into his race, and well, he started really well in qualifying at this point. Oh, and Aaron has invalidated his lap, and I think he's not gonna be able to make one more, unfortunately. He has 40 more seconds, yeah, 30 seconds to get into the line, and I think it's really impossible to do it at this point. And Luke will not be doing another lap. He is in the pit lane. Rhino is currently on a flying lap. He is 45 thousandths lower in sector 1. He's gonna need to do a really nice 2nd sector and 3rd sector if he wants to have a chance of challenging Luke for that pole position. It might does now retires in the pit lane. He is on a really good position starting on P11. Going on board with Rhino now. Vintage Grease as well. We had the Ferrari of B crashed into the wall. Aaron has retired from this session as well. Gonna go with Vintage Grease, who could well be challenging for pole position today. No, not anymore, because he's on the medium tires. But where can he place himself now on the medium set of tires? Coming into the line, and it's gonna be... No, wait. hasn't been able to improve, I think. Or okay, but it's only gonna be P12 for vintage Greece today. So there you go. It's once again Luke on pole position today. So hi again guys, we are back now for the start of the Spanish Grand Prix, round 4 of the season. We are as always gonna check the strategies of the guys out of the top 10. We have well, quite alternative strategies here. We have Eat My Dust, for example, on the hard tires. We're gonna try and go more conservative in this first part of the race. Of course, gonna go really long with those tires. We have Vintage Grease, Kelly, Ben on the medium tires. We have Goodwill on the softs. Then we have BWSS, sounds like Bowser or something like that. But okay, BWS, I'll call him, is on the medium tires. Then we have Juventino on the hard component of tire, same as It My Does. Gonna go a bit more conservative in this first part of the race. We have Euch in P18. Of course, it's his home race, Spanish Grand Prix, and of course will want to get a really good result today, and I think he can do it. Even starting there at the back of the field, it's a long way to go. Strategies will play off. Then, well, many crazy stuff can happen in the race, and of course he can get a really good result at his home race today. Have Indie Gamer on the mediums as well, and B on the medium tires as well at the back of the grid. In the top 10 we only have 2 people on the medium tires, which is Hap Kilmer and Chromad. Drivers coming into the line to get started. Finally, the Spanish Grand Prix is gonna be Luke in the first place, Rhino in second. Who is gonna be leading the race after turn 1, I ask? It will all depend who gets the better start of the line. And it's lights out and away we go. I think Luke's got a really good start and Rhino hasn't done the same. Rishi is already ahead, Echo is already ahead. Once again, the Mercedes did not get well out of the line. Last week it was his teammate. This time it's Rhino who has got a terrible start, dropping 3 places already. Luke keeps the lead of the race. Rishi is up into second, Echo into third. This time Luke hasn't been able to open a big gap to his rivals. So it's gonna be a close DRS train at least by now. We have Aaron fighting against Rhino. Rhino's trying to recover his place against the Red Bull driver, and he almost does so by the outside. But Aaron managed to stay ahead. Great defense there by the Red Bull driver. Now the Haas also gonna try and attack Rhino. Paulo Frost trying to get the move done. Unable to do so due to the corner coming next. Have a yellow flag in sector 2, and that is gonna be... oh no, Ouch in his home race. Ouch in his home race, and Rhino's made a mistake. He's got into the back of Arin. And now, on board with Paulo Frost, who spins and into the wall. Breaks his wing completely there. I got that on camera. And now, Ben versus Bowser for P10 of the race. Bowser on the medium common of tires, trying to attack Ben, who's also on the medium tires. Coming to the end of lap 1, and Luke has already built that 1 second gap. Rishi is doing his best to stick into that DRS, but it's going to be really complicated to do so. Eckhart also struggling to stay in Rishi's DRS. You can see how strong Luke has become for this division. Paulo first got a 5-second penalty for spinning in the pit lane. Have Goodwill and Juventino in the pit lane as well. Luke leads the race 8 tenths ahead of Rishi. Rishi doing all he can, giving it all to not lose that DRS range in after this lap, which is gonna be crucial for the rest of the race. And Eckert has already lost the DRS against Rishi. So it's just a two-way battle for the lead at this point. It may not anymore be a battle anymore. in a couple of moments. Luke is 1 second ahead of Rishi, but Rishi fighting hard, coming into the exit. He's got not the better exit out of the corner. He's gonna lose a bit of time there. 1.1 is the gap. He'll need to push, use all the ERS he can into the next straight, into the next part of the lap, I'll have to say. 1 second behind, and it's gonna be really complicated anyway. Even if he catches the ERS, staying there is not gonna be easy at all. And Luke has done it, 1.2 seconds ahead, and is once again gonna dominate this race completely. Or maybe not. We are now following Happy Gilmore, who is the first driver on the medium common of tire, then Chromat following him in 7th place of the race. Well, these guys could be in play, well, for a win, possibly Happy Gilmore more than Chromat, because Rishi, he's not showing the pace. He's already dropped 1.5 seconds to Luke, only in 3 laps of the race. Eccles also dropped into Rishi, but these three doing a good job to hold the gap between each other. I mean, there's not really much fighting going on here in the lead of the race, at least. Rhino is fighting against Arin though for P4 of the race, and Rhino should maybe have a bit more pace than Arin due to, well, of course, what we saw in qualifying. And well, here he goes, there comes Rhino, he's gonna go down the inside, and he's used a lot of his ERS there, and really good straight line speed there by the Mercedes driver. Takes the place against the Red Bull and is up into 4th. Going with Vintage Grace, the other Mercedes driver. I think he just got past B, who's also done a really good start of the race, starting last. He's now up into 14th place. Ouch somehow is on P15, even with the, I think he had an accident on lap 1, if I'm not wrong. Oh, and Rishi is made a mistake there, because Eckert somehow has shortened the gap into less than a second. Now he's gonna be on DRS range. Rishi's lost almost 3 seconds to Luke in 4 laps of racing. And Rishi's also picked a 3-second penalty, so not a good moment of the race for the Aston Martin driver. We have a yellow flag in sector 2, but it's green once again, clear. Rhinos pull away already from R in 1.2 seconds. One moving Indie Gamer is out of the race. He's crashed completely out of that really slidey corner. Are we gonna get a safety car for this? And Eccles now trying an attack on Rishi. He's gonna try and go down the inside. No, he's gonna wait. He's gonna back off. Would have been a really risky move. Try to send the dive down the inside, and Eccles is not the type of driver that will do so. Keep following the battle for P2 of the race between Rishi and Eckert. Of course, Rishi has been showing more pace than Eckert, but now due to the DRS, Eckert's managed to stick it to the back of Rishi and may want to try a move at any moment now. Actually, Eckert has almost fully DRS, while Rishi has used it all, almost everything. But Eckert's still not trying to attack. Rishi's like is flashing. As you can see, is Eckert gonna try and send it down the inside? No, not this time once again. And maybe we'll see now Eckert showing better pace than Rishi in the next laps of the race. Have a yellow flag in sector 3, that's the other House of Polo for us, which, well, was doing a good job in qualifying. now in the race. He's unfortunately dropped into very last place, 13 seconds behind of Juventino, who is on P18 now. Luke keeps flying away in P1. He is 4 seconds ahead of Rishi already. Once again, we are gonna follow this battle. Echo's trying to get closer into Rishi. Now is gonna deploy a lot of PRS. Rishi does a really late move down by the inside. Going a bit to the limit there, defensive moves. But anyway, managed to keep Echo behind him. Echo's gonna need to try really hard to overtake Rishi. Rishi showing their really good defensive moves. And Rhino is, by the way, getting closer into the pack as well. 1.3 seconds now, trying to repair that really bad start he got. Getting at least back into second place, which he is chasing those guys now. Have a yellow flag on sector 1. What has happened? There is Eat My Dust. It's Eat My Dust and JB who are involved in this. Now, Eat My Dust is ahead of JB. JB is gonna try and go there by the inside. No, of course not. And Echo goes a bit wider into the corner. He's gonna lose the DRS. No, he hasn't done so. He's still on the DRS range. He's gonna try to attack, I may ask. He's been stuck behind Rishi for a really good amount of laps. But it's not close enough this time to try even a move, even think about a move. Have Iron Knight coming into the pit lane. Is he trying a massive undercut? Eight laps of racing and Luke is already 5.2 seconds ahead of Rishi and Eckert. And well, Eckert was much closer this time, but still didn't try to attack that tower. But no, he's trying to do it now once again. And this time he would have got him if he deployed all of his CRS. Without it, he almost got him anyway. So with deploying all of his power, he would have got past. And now is when maybe the medium tires will start to play our important role in the race, because look at this, Aaron already starting to struggle against Chromad, Ben and Kelly, who all of them are at the back of him on the medium set of tires. Aaron not having a good moment at the race right now, is trying to stick into the back of Happy Gilmore, but I have to say that really soon he's gonna start dropping a lot against the Alpine driver due to the high degradation of these soft tires. And once again we are gonna come into this battle for P2, and now Rhinos also get into the pack. No, he loses DRS now. I'm not sure if he got it or not. We're gonna go now with Echo, who should get the move done this time. He's getting closer into turn 1, and he's gonna try and go all the way by the outside, and it's not gonna be a difficult move for Echo. Finally, Echo managed to get past Richie and is up into second of the race. Ben racing hard against Chromat. Chromat is got ahead. Now Kelly is also trying to attack Ben all the way by the outside of the track. Arin is still managing to hold with Happy Gilmore, but not anymore. 1 second behind the Alpine driver. Still gonna fight hard. 9 tenths now. He doesn't want to lose the DRS, but he has now. No, 1 second he catches the DRS. I think Gilmore might have made a mistake out of the corner there. So Arin will survive for 1 more straight at least. Ben has got past Chroma now. Chroma's had a really bad moment there. Being overtaken by 2 cars into a corner. Oh, we have a yellow flag in Sector 2 and Sector 3. That is Vintage Grease once again. Running unlucky here with the complete destroyed front wing. And Rishi is trying to re-attack once again. Echoed for P2 of the race, but doesn't get the enough straight line speed to do so. Even with the DRS, Rhino once again has lost completely the train. Another yellow flag. It's the Ferrari this time of B. Spun into Sector 3. There's a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Vintage Grease. And we keep following. I think most of the race has been following this battle for P2. It's actually been quite interesting between Rishi and Eckert. Oh, and Rhino's coming into the pit lane. Rhino's coming into the pit lane for a very good undercut there. He's gonna go for the medium tires maybe. Yes, he is gonna go for the medium set of tires. And now may well get ahead of the 2 drivers fighting for second place right now. They will have to make their stop really soon at this point, because if not, they're going to be undercut by Rhino, which may have more pace than the 2 of them. We have to remember that Rhino started on P2, really close to Luke actually. So I think Echo and Rishi should be pitting in this lap to cover an undercut, which comes really strong by Rhino, who also, have to say, has free way to push no one in front. He has a 7-second gap almost to Bowser. Oh, and got a yellow flag on Sector 2. That's gonna be Ben. Ben is around into the slidey corner there. Now Rhino's even gonna catch him on the fresh tires. This may make the Rhino lose a lot of time, a bit of time, if he actually does catch him. But no, he doesn't. He still has a good gap with him. Echo's gonna stay out. Rich is gonna puncture. Rich is gonna puncture into the final corner. No. Well, that's definitely gonna make him lose a lot of time. And well, it was really risky to stay out with this soft this long. Degradation here in Spain is really high. And wow, Eckert has managed to keep those softs alive till now. But seeing what happened to Rishi, he may now be risking a puncture in this lap. We don't know. Happy Gilmore is 5.2 seconds behind the AlphaTauri driver with the medium tires. Rishi is now completely behind Rhino, 5 seconds behind Rhino now. And he's being put under pressure by Iron Eye there, but he will stay ahead. Iron Eye is on 4-lap old hard tires for Rishi, some fresh medium tires. Luke fighting against Chroma there, gets the place easily, up into 4th of the race. Now gotta go for the other drivers on the medium tires, Happy Kilmer and Kelly, of course. Kilmer is getting closer into Echo. Echo hasn't got a puncture, but has lost almost a second in only a sector against Happy Kilmer, so he should be making his stop now. I don't see an explanation to stay out for one more lap. And Echo, there it goes, he's coming in now. Of course, didn't want to risk a possible puncture after seeing what happened to Rishi one lap ago. But I have to say, really good tire management there by Eckert, managing to survive, take those soft tires for 13 laps. Gonna go into the medium tires now, possibly gonna be undercutted by Rhino here. Where is Eckert gonna come? Yes, he will. Rhino's already ahead. But Rhino's now gonna be stuck behind Ben in P. Oh, and Rhino spins. Rhino goes round into the curb. Well, once again the Mercedes. Another Mercedes going unlucky here in this race. Off, and now Aaron is gonna get past even. Kilmore leads the race, 3.1 seconds ahead of Kelly. Luke on fresh medium tires, getting close into the leading pack. Is soon gonna be at the back of Kelly, there to make the move. Happy Kilmore, of course, will still try and take those tires way longer in this race. If he doesn't want to go for the hard tires, maybe just try one stop on the medium soft as we were talking before. Maybe we want to try and go for the aggressive strategy. Not sure if it will work though. That, well, possibly he just wants to block Luke now. Try to do opposite what Luke does. Look at her, she's already up into 4th of the race, getting past Chromat into the main straight. Luke now at the back of Kelly. Is gonna try and get the move done into the main straight, of course. Oh, Kelly's actually gonna let Luke by, or he's got so bad traction that Luke is ahead, or he just wants the DRS, I don't know. Possibly the second one is the plan, because he has full ERS. But Luke has got way much better traction out of the corner, so he's not going to be able to retake the place. And Bowser and Ben make contact into the pit lane entry. Has any one of them got a penalty? No, they haven't. This is going to leave free way for Eckert to pull in front. I think Echo has a really comfortable podium, or may have a comfortable podium here. Well, no, actually no. Have guys on the mediums that will be really fast at the end of the race. Luke now is gonna try and get close into Happy Kilmer. There's a 3-second gap between both drivers. The Alpine versus the Red Bull. And Kelly is coming into the pit lane now after 15 laps of those, 16 laps of those medium tires. That's gonna be another place win for Eckhout, and Kelly's going for the soft tire, so his car's gonna go for one more stop at the end of the race. We're gonna do the medium soft, possibly. Luke is already 1.8 seconds behind Happy Gilmore, so he should be there by next lap and should be getting the move done by lap 19 possibly. Maybe even in lap 18. Yeah, he's getting really close. He's closing really fast. 1.4 is the gap now. And in the final sector where you need a lot of traction in the tires, with the fresher tires, you should get into that DRS range of Happy Gilmore. 1.3, 1.2 now. But still may not be able to make the move into turn 1. Happy Gilmore has still managed to keep him away from his DRS. Yeah, and Luke won't have DRS then, so it will be one more lap for Happy Gilmore to stay ahead. No, he's actually did get DRS, but still quite far behind. Happy Gilmore will do a bit of weaving on this straight to cut a bit the slipstream there from Luke, who's trying to retake the lead of the race in lap 18. But as I was saying, the move will possibly be done in lap 19. But I think at this point, if Happy Gilmore wants to win the race, he maybe wants to go and stop. I'm not sure, because, well, you know, if Luke gets past, he's just going to be flying, and it's going to be impossible to do anything against that. And keeping Luke behind is also not going to be possible. And Happy Gilmore is now gonna stay out. He's not gonna come into the pit lane. But anyway, it's not gonna be possible for him to defend against PAFR Luke, who is gonna easily get past into turn 1 as takes the lead of the race in lap 19, as I was saying. Eckhout gets past Chromat in the main straight, in the middle of the straight. Now 2.3 seconds behind Elge, the man on the home race today. And then, well, he has free way to go. Well, Happy Gilmore, of course, not trying to challenge for the win here, not trying to make aggressive strategies against Luke, so he's just gonna stay there, try to get that second place, which is well possible for him to do. His rival, of course, will be able to have a yellow flag on sector 2, that is the Mercedes, I think, but he easily recovers control over his car, and we are clear once again, green flag. So the battle for second place is gonna be between Gilmore and Eckhout, I'll have to say. Oh, and Paulo Frost is out of the race, but he's out in the pit lane, so we have the 2 Haas DNF in this race. Only 2 DNFs, I have to say. This is much better than what we've seen in the past, where there were much more DNFs. Today we still have 18 drivers racing by lap 20, which is really good, and I hope it keeps this way through all the 13 laps remaining in this race. Eckhout's gonna have to wait there to get the move done on Elge into the main straight. Then it's gonna be a chase race against Happy Gilmore for that P2. I wonder if Echo's gonna stop again or not. Happy Gilmore is now coming into the pit lane. Happy Gilmore comes into the pit lane, and what tires is he gonna go for? If he goes for the softs, possibly he's gonna try to go to the end of the race. Yes, he is. He's gonna have to do 13 laps on the fresh soft tires. I think it's quite possible to do it. We already saw Echo do the same, but it will depend on the tire management, of course. Echo has got put Ouch into the main straight. Now just needs to pull out a really good pace and, well, see if Happy Gilmore can catch him as well. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 1, and there's also a yellow flag in sector 3. LG is coming into the pit lane as well. It's also gonna do the one-stop strategy, medium soft. Lap 23 of the race, and we can see that already PAFR Luke has a 13-second gap to Eckert in second place. We're gonna go now with Happy Gilmore, who's gonna try and get past Kelly, who pitted some laps earlier than him, but Kelly is not gonna be able to make it to the end of the race, I have to say, because his tires would be 18 laps old, if I'm not wrong. No, 15 laps old, I think, sorry. And I don't think those soft tires make it that long. He would possibly get a puncture before the end of the race, so he's definitely gonna have to stop again. He should have extended a bit more those medium tires to at least try and get to the end, as Happy Gilmore and Elge are trying to do so. And after Happy Gilmore, if he is able to get past Kelly, he'll have to make up a lot of seconds to catch back with Eckert if he wants to be in challenge for that second place of the race. And Happy Gilmore has got past Kelly into the final corners, but now Kelly with more... No, he's coming in the pit lane now. He's only did 5 laps on the soft tires. He's coming in again. I actually don't see an explanation to this. Still could have extended this stint a bit of more laps to be a bit more balanced at least, but well, he's coming in once again. He's gonna go for the soft tires, of course, to the end of the race. And actually I have to say I forgot a bit about Arin here, who is also in a really good position to get podium today. Well, I might have talked a bit early there because Copy Kilmore is closing fast. He's 1.7 seconds behind Arin. So it's gonna be an interesting battle for the podium here. We have, of course, Eckert, who has... Oh, and Arin's got a 3-second time penalty, so that's possibly gonna be the end of his chances of a podium today. Well, I have to say, well, I think there's no battle anymore for podium. It's gonna be Happy Kilmore who will be there. Now the question is he gonna be able to catch Eckert? I think it's gonna be really difficult. He is right now 10 seconds behind the AlphaTauri driver. He has 8 laps to catch him, and those soft tires are not gonna beat so well to the end of the race, and he still has to make 2 moves. So I don't think Happy Kilmore is gonna be able to make it into second. So I think the podium is gonna stay how it is. It's gonna be Luke, it's gonna be Eckert, and it finally is gonna be Happy Kilmore who's gonna complete the podium. But we may also have a battle here for P4 of the race between Arin and Rishi, as Arin seems to be closing to Rishi slowly. And Happy Kilmore is there already, 8 tenths behind Arin for 4th place of the race, on track of course, because anyway Kilmore will get it on penalties. LG is getting past some guys here as well. It's already up into 7 of the race. The man on the home race. Now looking for a much better result if he wants to. Maybe I don't know, not sure. Oh, there's Vintage Grease out of the race. Is he out in the pit lane or is he out in the main straight? If there's a safety car for this, it will be a big change to the race. But it's not. I think it's clear. I think it's clear and we can continue racing. Normally there's been no safety car in this race, but it's once again unfortunate for Vintage Grease. What am I seeing? What was that? It was a spun car in the middle of the track. Luke just got past over there. It's 12.5 second gap from Eckert. Actually Eckert showing a bit more pace than Luke in this final part of... What's happened to Luke? Luke is going really slow. Oh, does Luke have any problem here? Luke has lost 2 seconds against Eckert in only one sector, I think, but I'm not sure if it was maybe what happened with Vintage Grease car maybe distracted him. Doesn't seem that Luke has any damage to the car, so I think everything is alright there. And Happy Kilmore has once again lost the train to Arin, but Arin is now got the DRS against Rishi. It's an open battle for 3rd place of the race on track. Well, if Happy Kilmore maybe picks a penalty then later on the race, then it will be an open battle for 3rd place between the 3 of them. And we are getting some comments right now. It's gonna be the first comments of the stream. I'm quickly gonna go and have a look at that. Yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, it's Iron Knight. I'm gonna go with that soon. Oh, he's destroyed completely his front wing there. Oh, he's out of the race. He's crashed out of the race. Didn't manage to control the car. Is this gonna be a safety car? No. Well, this is... Oh, and there's a Red Bull off. That's Arin. Arin is into the wall as well. You know, he's only spun. But I'm actually really surprised that there hasn't been a safety car after all the accidents we've seen. How is it possible, after so many hard accidents in most of the visible parts of the track, and there hasn't been a safety car for that. Anyway, it's quite good to see there was no safety cars in this race. I mean, it's obviously much more clean without them. Still, we've only got 4 DNFs, so it's the number of DNFs have reduced compared to the last 2 races. We have another spinner there from the Ferrari of JB, I think. Well, coming back into the battle for P3 of the race, it's Arin not gonna be able to be in contention for that anymore. He's now gonna be put under pressure by Rhino. Happy Gilmore's got the podium in the bag. Have another yellow flag, and I can say 100% sure it's not gonna be a safety car. It's the Ferrari, I think, once again. So we have now this battle for 3rd place of the race between Rishi and Happy Gilmore. Of course, this is already decided on penalties, but it's still gonna be interesting to watch it here on track. We don't really have many other battles on track. I think this is the only one with. This is the only battle we have with also the one between Chromar and Elch, which is already also decided on penalties. Happy Gilmore not getting enough straight line speed to get past Bridge here, but possibly will get past in the next lap. So it's actually it's been a really calm race, I have to say. Not many accidents, which is nice to see a clean race. We did have some good battles, like for example the one between Echo and Rishi in the first part of the race. Now also some good battle between Kilmore and Rich, but of course in totally different strategies. We have a comment from Gabor Sabodny. He says, hey, so hello again Gabor Sabodny. Happy to see you once again here in the comment section. Hope you are enjoying this race. And now we have a comment from our driver Womax, who hasn't been able to race today, who says, come on AlphaTauri. And yes, of course, come on AlphaTauri. He is your teammate Eckhart in the 2nd place, gonna get a 100% sure podium here. So it's been a really good race for the AlphaTauri team, at least by your teammate Eckhart. Bowser is only on P13, is not getting in the points, but anyway, there's an AlphaTauri in the podium, and it's no other than your teammate Eckhart. So it's been a really good race for the AlphaTauri team then, I have to say. So we got 2 more laps to go. Kilmore hasn't been able to overtake Rishi yet. I wonder if he's gonna try and do it, or if he's gonna try and sit there, due to, we know Rishi has that time penalty. Yellow flag in sector 2, and that is once again the Ferrari of JB. And look at that PAFR. Luke has just set the fastest lap of the race with the old medium tires of 18 laps. Wow, there you can see how much pace this guy has. Fastest lap with 18 lap old medium tires. Well, crazy to see that. Happy Gilmore once again won't be able to get past Rishi, but doesn't need really to do it. Coming into the final lap of the race, Luke leads almost 14 seconds ahead of Eckert. Could be a 15 second lead by the end of the race, maybe. So final lap, we have still this battle between Happy Gilmore and Rishi, which I think Rishi's been a really difficult driver to overtake today. Oh, he gets a 6-second time penalty now. But anyway, it's not gonna change anything because Aaron is way behind him. Happy Gilmore there. Gets the move done into turn 1. And yeah, as I was saying, I think there's really not much to see apart from that. We are gonna go with Luke now, who has drove an excellent race once again. I think, well, pole position, started pulling away since the first lap. Rishi tried his best at the start to stay at his DRS, didn't work. And here comes Luke, that once again, and for the third time of the season, will come and win the Spanish Grand Prix. There goes Luke into the line, wins the Spanish Grand Prix, third win of the season, 3 wins out of 4 in the 4 races, completely dominated this race with a 13.8 gap to Eckert on second place. Great race by Eckert, getting the first podium of the season after not the best start of the season. Now go directly into the second place. Happy Gilmore will finish in third, really far behind. Rishi on fourth. Arin is gonna finish on P6 due to penalties. Rhino's gonna be ahead. LG is gonna come home, literally home, into 7th of the race. Finally managed to do, starting from P18, recovered 11 places, so a really good fight back. Of course not the best result, but from the place where he started, 11 places is quite good. Ben has DNF'd in the final lap, and we only need Bowser to cross the finish line. And there he goes, the end of the race.
Fuck. I don't know how that works because in the when I did the test, I had 0.9 in it. Why is this goodwill not happening? Fucking so. think we'll be going 1.1 from now on.
Yep.
The Venus at 0.7 saving tyres. No.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
About.
The whole race, it felt like I had damage at the start, then the tyres were going shit. Had 2 early warnings that weren't warnings.
Yeah.
Had Charlie, like, nearly take me out. Like, going into turn 1, he passes me instead of just holding his line going into the turn, because I would have let him had it. He goes past me, and then as soon as he's past me, he cuts right in front of me. It's like, you don't do that.
Yeah. That's how you lose the front wing.
Yeah, and then I spun, taking the corner at the turn 2 corner like I always do, and I would have had Rishi. And then trying to save for 10 laps. Yeah, no, I'm done. That was a shit race. Alright, I'll talk to you later.
Alright, man. See ya.
So that's gonna be everything for today. Luke has won the race, Eckott in second, Happy Gilmore in third. And well, we'll meet once again in 2 weeks because we have 1 week of break next one. So little vacation here for the drivers and for me as commentator as well. Hope you enjoyed it as always, and we'll meet back for next round in 2 weeks.